3, 2, 1. Let's go. Here we are. 401 Sports World Fantasy Football Show. Week number 3. I'm Mr. 411 in the house. With me is LT. What's up, LT?
How y'all doing?
All right. Waiver wire warrior right there, LT. And the calculator. What's happening?
Greetings and salutations, Mr. 411. Hey, week 3. Can you believe it? We're already through week 3. Oh, man.
Already.
Well, October weather's coming. I can feel it. So it's like, man, it's football time.
Yeah. In Georgia, it's only 80-something degrees right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, man.
So it's cooling off.
And middle school football is about to hit playoffs. You got the middle school playoffs coming up in football for those people who have various people that participate in that. Like yours truly has a nephew that's playing for a middle school team, and one of the participants in the listener league is actually a middle school playoff coach. So hopefully, want to wish him luck on the upcoming playoff schedule that he's about to partake in.
Okay, playoffs. Well, I wonder if that's what the coach is saying, calculator. All right, man. So we're gonna get to it, man. Hey, we're on the road, right? It's a long road, but we're on the road to the fantasy football playoffs. And hey, man, 3 weeks into this thing already. It's about time for teams to start making decisions and trying to make some playoff moves. Because in another 2 weeks, you can be deeply into the playoff picture, or you can be on the way out.
And bye weeks are coming up too, everyone. Yeah. I mean, it'll be here before you know it.
Week 5.
Wow, right around the corner. Mm-hmm. And so there's some crucial times coming up. So, and hey, this is a crucial week coming up. But hey, we got to talk about week 3, and get into that stuff. We're going to cover news and notes. We're going to talk about some injuries, waiver wire. We'll get into our listener league, which is always exciting. And then Larry's favorite part of the show, the mini draft. All right, we'll do that. No, his favorite part got to be waiver wire. The way this man.
Oh we that's one of the reasons we like to have LT on the show, because he is, as Mr. 411 said, definitely a waiver wire warrior. Because hey, it takes 2 things to win a league. It takes a good draft. But most of it, I'd say a draft's like, 30-40%, right?
Yeah.
Because you got to have the waiver wire for any type of bad luck that hits, which we'll talk about in the news and notes. That when bad luck hits, you got to head to the waiver wire to fill in those blanks.
Yes, sir. Hey, before you hit those news and notes calculator, couple of little homework assignments for everybody. Make sure you are tuned in to 411 Sports World Network. There's the QR code. Make sure you smash that right there, or type it all in across the top for 411 Sports World Network right there on YouTube. Also on TikTok, Mr. 411, MISTER FOURONEONE, and it's also spelled the same way on Instagram, Mr. 411. We love for you to follow on all 3 avenues there, and keep up with 411 Sports World Network. All right, back to you, calculator.
Hey, news and notes real quick. James Conner, everybody knows. Everybody should know that plays fantasy football, probably, that James Conner out for the year. Looked like it was a nasty ankle injury. As soon as it went over to that broadcast and they said the network's not showing the injury again, that's pretty significant. But yeah, he's out for the year. Najee Harris. Hey, this is a good bad. It's bad because Najee Harris is out for the year, an Achilles injury. The good news is Omari and Hampton owners are now rejoicing to the heavens because they no longer have that roadblock that had been, curbing Omari and Hampton's production.
Right.
But yeah, Najee Harris, that was a non-contact injury. Kind of knew it right when he went down. And then another one, Tyrone Tracy Jr.
Me? Tyrone Tracy. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That you missed a 411. Tyrone Tracy Jr. He said, hey, he actually started the game, looked pretty good against Kansas City, but then to the rejoice of Scatterboo owners, when Tyrone Tracy went out, Scatterbo came in, showed what he can do, and could not be stopped through there. Hey, put it this way. This is a team with Malik Neighbors on the team. Scatterbo led all New York, was the team leader for the Giants in catches, yards, and touchdowns. That's all you need to know. Team leader. And, of course, rushing yards. And this is a guy that has Malik Neighbors on his team. So that,
wow, that's crazy.
So one thing that tells you is, I don't know if anybody watched that game. It was a pretty bad game. I had to watch it because I had to have Scatterbo get me 12 points, which he surprisingly did, thank goodness. But he got me enough points to win my matchup. But it's like Russell Wilson looked bad. And this is the same Russell Wilson that had over 400 yards against the Cowboys last week. He came in, that won 4 chances on goal-to-go situations. At the end of the game's pretty much decided. He threw 4 incompletions. 3 of those incompletions out of the back of the end zone. Even that 4th down pass. Miss 4-1, can you not just lob it in the air and keep it in bounds and see if Neighbors can come down with that? I don't understand it, but he was so bad. Part of the news and notes, Jackson Dart has been anointed the starter going forward. So Russell Wilson has been benched. He is being replaced. Dart will be the, it's one of those things that, I'm thinking, that they want a guy that's more athletic, can run around a little bit. Dart can do it with his legs as well. But I just think they're going to, you really could not be as bad as Russell Wilson was last week. So they said, hey, let's just let our rookie get the growing pains out of the way. And it is against the undefeated Chargers next week. So it's going to be a tough matchup for Dart, but I think they're going to say, hey, you can't be as bad as Russell Wilson. Another thing, CeeDee Lamb, high ankle sprain. And folks, CeeDee Lamb is not DK Metcalf. And what do you mean by that? DK Metcalf is the only wide receiver I can remember in recent history that was diagnosed with a high ankle sprain and came back the next week. That's not going to happen with CeeDee Lamb. If he has a high ankle sprain, we're looking at 2 to 3 weeks. We're not saying 4 weeks, and the reason we're not saying 4 weeks is because he hadn't been put on IR. So the team is optimistic that he might come at 2 weeks. If you're hopeful, 3 weeks at the worst. The thing is, I know CeeDee's probably not going to mind much because on deck for the Cowboys was Denver. Green Bay is on deck, and then the Jets coming up as well. So Dallas doesn't have a very favorable schedule coming up the next 2 weeks. So with Sauce Gardner out there, so now those Pickens owners, yes, now they can roll coverage to the number one thing. If you're a Dak owner like myself, look elsewhere because the next 2 weeks, another thing is Dallas lost another lineman. So they're down 2 linemen, down CeeDee, and Green Bay on deck. So yeah, I don't see. I'm trying to not get rid of, just to wait and see on your Dallas shares. Mike Evans, hamstring injury. If people like myself owned Mike Evans in the past, he had the same type of injury last year. Last year he missed 3 games. I'm thinking with the 3-0 Bucks, they're winning on the last game of the week, but their offensive line is getting healthy. So they're going to just say, hey, we'll let Mayfield, throw it to Sterling Shepard, throw it to, Ibuka. Chris Godwin is coming back. So that's another guy to keep an eye on. But yeah, Mike Evans, look at a 3-week injury. They're not going to rush him back just because they're looking good right now. Terry McLaurin, if you didn't see it, it was a quad injury. My sources say he'll be back next week. It's just a minor injury. They were up so much in the game. When it happened, they just kept him out to be precautionary. Diami Brown with the Jags. It was a little shoulder injury, but the Jags have other wide receivers that, hey, he don't need to go and push it. But if you were starting Diami Brown on bye weeks, you're in trouble anyways. I just got to report the news, Mr. 411. Alex Pierce, a concussion. Again, any type of concussion, you always want to, add another week to that due to protocol. Colston Loveland finally got a part of the game plan. exited with a hip injury. Keep your mind on that. But again, he was the number 4 in the pecking order anyways. I think they'll take it slow with him as a rookie. Don't want to rush him out there too soon. Jatavian Sanders, ankle injury, again, day to day. He was a lot of guys that would look at him towards when there was Tyler Warren was questionable last week. So, and Kraft was questionable. Even though these guys played, you get a little worried when you see that questionable tag. But Jatavian Sanders, ankle injury, we're looking at a couple weeks as well. Michael Mayer, concussion. I think he wasn't really cutting into Brock Bowers. What has happened to Brock Bowers is his injury in week 1, it looks like he's limiting his snaps. Yes, they're not keeping it out of the game, but it almost looks like they're using him almost as a decoy with a lot of stuff. But I think there will be brighter, bluer skies on the horizon. I'm thinking another 2 weeks till Brock Bowers is actually working his way back to health. And Noah Fant, a concussion. Again, anytime you have a concussion, add a week to the diagnosis for week. Is there any other guy, any other news, Mr. 411 LT, that you want to add?
The floor is yours, LT.
No, it looks good. That's pretty good on all the news.
Okay.
Yep. We're signing off on it, calculator.
All right. Thank you. The seal of approval.
There it is. All right. It's been co-signed. So yeah, that's the news and notes, man. What's next, calculator?
Studs and duds. Hey, studs and duds. And we're doing studs and duds because I think you just posted the poster child. That's right. The guy that was on the screen, Trey Tucker. Goodness gracious. Geno Smith didn't have eyes for Brock Bowers, didn't have eyes for Jacoby Myers, didn't have eyes for Thornton, their rookie wide receiver. All eyes was on Trey Tucker. 8 catches, 145 yards, 3 of them to the house. Hey, Mr. 4-1, he might make our waiver wire section. You think?
I think it's a strong possibility.
Yeah.
With that kind of performance.
Oh, yeah. Jonathan Taylor, hey, look, the number 1 running back out on the season. Hey, it's not Bijan Robinson. It's not Jahmyr Gibbs. It's not, you pick a name, it's Jonathan Taylor, Mr. End of the second round, early third round pick. Jonathan Taylor is showing what he can do when he has a competent quarterback, keeping defensive honest. Hey, if people remember, it wasn't too long ago, Jonathan Taylor was number 1 pick overall. The reason I know that is because that was the year I had him number 1 and he got hurt. But I'm just saying, he was number 1 because the prior week he was the top running back in the league. But yeah, it's looking like his old self. New contract last year, and he's starting to prove his worth. That Vikings defense, oh my gosh, where has that been all week? They have one guy by himself had a fumble return for a touchdown, had an interception return for a touchdown. That's yes. What was his name, Mr. LT?
Isaiah Rodgers.
Remember the name, folks. PFF. The first time ever that PFF has awarded an individual defensive player a 99 rating for his game performance. He was unbelievable. A one-man wrecking crew for the Vikings, made Jack Browning made life terrible for Chase. They had 4 fumbles, 4 fumbles. 3 of them were covered. Isaiah, the guy that LT just said, Isaiah Rodgers, is that his name? LT
yep.
His name right? Hey, he recovered 2 of them himself. 1 of them went to the house. Caleb Williams, folks, I will take the L on Caleb Williams. And the reason I'm going to take the L on Caleb Williams is because in my Caleb Williams versus Dak Prescott, my $350 league, I sat Caleb Williams and started Dak Prescott. I did. And you know what? I'm not the only one because my sources had an 83% expert consensus rating that you started Dak in that spot, and it came back to bite me because Caleb Williams was phenomenal. Hey, AJ Brown looked like he's back, and you know why he's back? Because they were behind, and Jalen Hurts. AJ Brown was yelling, "Hey, let's open it up." AJ Brown showed why he is such a good wide receiver, guys. They throw it to him on a 5-yard out, right? Little curl route. He catches it, and he throws 2 guys to the ground and breaks off another 10 yards. Guys, that's what A.J. Brown can do. And I think he said, guys, we got to open it up because the Barkley, anytime you're going to run up against a Rams team, they're going to shut Barkley down, shut the read option down because they have a fast defense. They're going to have to go over the top. And that's why Jalen Hurts over 30 fantasy points. You saw he was on the way, a good thing. Nico Collins, welcome back to the fantasy football universe. He was all over the place, catching, getting off his, getting the targets, getting into the game. And you like to see that. What about you, LT? I know you have some studs you might want to talk about.
Let's see. Did I have any studs? I don't think I did. I may not have. Hold on. Let's see.
Well, you didn't have any Jahmyr Gibbs or David Montgomery?
No, I didn't have David Montgomery. I wish I did, but I did have Kenneth Walker.
There you go.
Kenneth Walker with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Not a good average, but they really didn't need it because they were up 28-0 by the end of the first quarter.
Right.
He didn't. Kenneth Walker didn't even play. And Mr. 401, what in the world are your Seahawks doing to my Saints like that, man? Doing them wrong. I can't believe
that.
I couldn't believe it, calculator. But Seattle, thank you, New Orleans. Okay, thank you, New Orleans, because that's just the thing that Seattle need. They need some sort of victory that they can hang their hat on and really look strong. If you're going to be down, calculator, be down like the Saints are. If you're going to be down, be all the way down because that'll put you in that number 1 slot next year in the draft.
Hey, and that's why I said as a Saints fan, they need a quarterback, and I'm not upset. That's all I can say, because we could definitely use Natsumeyer or Mendoza from Indiana. Guys, you got to follow our CTL show because we're going to be talking about all these guys throughout the year. These are the guys that eventually make it to the NFL. But yeah, hey, Tyquan Thornton. I mean, hey, dynasty players, definitely a pickup. I mean, he's a guy that if you're a dynasty owner, you can hold him. He's young, and Rashee Rice, will he be back? We don't know. But yeah, but Marion Hampton, another good game. He came in, showed that, what he can do with a good quarterback and offensive line and the touches. Hunter Henry, oh my goodness, 2 touchdowns. I mean, good. I mean, what can you say? And McCaffrey, another 20 plus points with no touchdowns. Hey, guess how many touchdowns McCaffrey has on the year? Take a guess.
0.
0. You are correct. But he's still a top 5 running back just for the mere fact is he's one of the only healthy players of San Francisco, and he's getting 70% of target/touches, 70% of all touches on offense. That is amazing. And you know what? They need it because all 3 games have been relatively close. If it weren't for McCaffrey, they'd be 0-3 even with those cupcakes they've been playing. So yeah, they've needed every ounce of McCaffrey. I mean, Shanahan's just saying, come on, guys, somebody get healthy. But hey, we'll talk about it on the waiver wire. LT, remind me, what wide receiver for San Francisco can we get that is available on the waiver wire? And I'll tell you during the waiver wire section. So, Hey, since LT don't want to talk about studs, I think LT wants to talk about duds. LT, tell me some of your duds for this week.
Come on, LT.
Wan'Dale Robinson, 1 catch.
Malik
After
Neighbors.
all those catches last week, he has 1 catch.
Yeah,
wow.
And any wide receiver for the Giants was a dud. I mean, Malik Neighbors, are you kidding me? Oh, Mr. 4-1, I hadn't heard anything about, is Brooks talking on any of your podcasts about, is there a problem with Michael Penix Jr.? Because I don't know, but you see that right there. I can't find Brooks. Oh, and you know what? Here's news and notes. The Falcons fired their wide receivers coach.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. I don't think the wide receivers coach is the problem, Mr. 411. But hey, take that as you will. But yeah, anybody for the Falcons except Bijan, anybody. Oh my gosh. We talked about the Minnesota defense. Well, what was the opposite of that? The Bengals offense.
Chase Brown. Oh my God.
Hey guys, in my $350 league, I have Chase Brown and I have T. Higgins. And you know what? I'm benching him this week. I got Jalen Warren on my bench. He's going in for T. Higgins. I got Quentin Johnson on my bench. He's going in for T. Higgins, and Warren in for Brown. So yeah, that was my second and third round pick. But folks, that's why you got to do the waiver wire, and that's why I got Warren in the 10th round of that draft, and I got Quentin Johnson off of waivers before his Thursday night performance. That's what you got to do, folks. That's why that's like. All of a sudden, I saw Quentin Johnson sitting out there, and I saw positive reviews from camp. I said, why not? But you wanted to get it early because he wasn't available after week one, after that week one performance. So, but yeah.
This is for all of the Cincinnati Bengal fantasy owners out there with the quarterback going down. This one's for you. I'm taking the drink for that because it has to be a direct effect on the injury at the quarterback, right, fellas?
Hey, and you know what's even worse, Mr. 411 for Cincinnati fans? They got Denver this week. They got Detroit the week after that. They got at Green Bay the week after that. Just an awful state in the schedule. I feel sorry for Brownie. Hey, I'm just saying, Burrow might have said, this is probably a good time to get hurt. With the 31st ranked offensive line. And you know, I'm not going to blame all this on Chase Brown. Chase Brown is, as far as starting running backs, leads the league in negative yards contact, which that means is yards lost behind the line of scrimmage as soon as he gets touched. So that means on 77% of Brown's carries, he's getting hit and back in the backfield.
Wow.
That's almost not fair. So I can't, you can say it's Chase Brown, but no, the 31st ranked offensive line of the Cincinnati Bengals has a lot to do with these guys being as bad as they have been.
Yeah, talking about running uphill. Wow.
Okay. Literally.
So here's I got a question for you, calculator.
Yeah.
Is the Cleveland Browns defense just that good? What happened to the Packers this week?
Ooh, good question.
Hey, folks, that Cleveland defense is for real. Don't let that that score of the first of all, Cleveland shut down the Joe Burrow Cincinnati Bengals, not the Browning Bengals, the Joe Burrow Bengals. And they shut down Green Bay. And don't let the Baltimore score fuel. Baltimore had a lot of special teams involved with that scoring. So yes, Cleveland is for real. That Mason Graham is a legit run stopper in the fight. And then Garrett, doing his thing on the end. Del Pitt being a ball hawk in the back seven. Yes, they can cover all the facets of the field. And you want to talk a team that you don't want to play on the road? Nobody wants to play in the dog pound. Because hey, Mr. 401, all I talked about was Green Bay and Super Bowl. Green Bay and Super Bowl after the first 2 weeks. I didn't hear no Green Bay Super Bowl talk after their loss to Cleveland this week. So you got to be able to show me something on the road, Packers, before I can bail. And hey, Packers played a great game, but they're starting to say Jordan Love. But you know what's a good cure for a bad offensive performance for Green Bay?
Dallas defense.
Dallas on day. So Jordan Love, who was a dud, Jacobs, who was a dud, Golden, Romeo Dubs, Wicks, all those guys were duds, but that was more of on the road at Cleveland. Now they're going to be playing the Dallas defense, a team that just got lit up by Russell Wilson and Caleb Williams.
Yeah, it reminds me of when I was playing Madden football way back in the day, and you played on the what they call it, the all Madden level.
Oh yeah.
And when you get waxed by 40, so I just turn it down to the rookie level. That's what's happening now.
That's right.
They played all Madden this week and last week, and this week they're playing rookie level.
Oh, and let me tell you, for all those people that have been holding on to Matthew Golden, I am telling you right now, because I'm starting him in every daily fantasy league. And hey, will he make the mini draft? I don't know. But hey, Matthew Golden, he's going to get 2 deep ones this week, and one of them will be for a touchdown.
All right.
So,
okay. All right.
so
Anyone done?
Start him in all your lineups if you've held on to Matthew Golden this week.
All right. Okay. All right. That's does and does, gentlemen.
Oh, and
know what that means.
That's right. Waiver wire is next, folks. Hey, fire up your Jackson Darks owner. And why is that? We love running quarterbacks on this league. Yes, it's a tough start with the Chargers, but the Giants, hey, they got New Orleans on deck. And I think New Orleans is a great, hey, but if you want Dart, you're going to have to get him now because I think everybody's going to be picking him up for next week when they see New Orleans on the schedule. So if you have that super flex league, you have a spot, hey, I'm starting Jackson Dart against the Chargers over Dak against Green Bay this weekend. So, this is definitely a streaming option. And I'm going to go with your old quarterback, Mr. 401, Geno Smith.
Really? Okay.
Hey, the guy can sling it at home. Well, you know what? He likes to sling it indoors. And guess what? He has Arizona. Or not Arizona. See, he's with Seattle. And they play, Arizona. And then at home against, no, that's Seattle. Okay.
That's Seattle. Seattle's at Arizona Thursday.
Yeah, okay. He's at home against Chicago.
Right.
Indoor against Indianapolis. At home against Tennessee. I knew his next 3 are indoors. That was my that was my point. So, but yeah, you give Geno Smith indoors and you give him a forgiving defense, he can make you pay. So again, I'm starting Geno Smith ahead of Dak Prescott, and any type of fringe guy this week. I like. Oh, and another guy that could be on waivers unless somebody picked him up. Wentz looked very good
Carson
in Minnesota.
Wentz.
Yeah, Carson Wentz, the return of the Wentz, Betty. Hey, yes, it was Cincinnati, but hey, Pittsburgh has been giving up, but they do have Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Don't like those matchups on the road. However, when we look down the road, and guys, I'm talking about further down the road, big picture. If J.J. McCarthy can't get it right, we're talking about playoff schedules for Wentz. Dallas. At Dallas during the fantasy playoffs, at the Giants. So yeah, 2 exploitable down the road matchups. This week, again, I'm starting Wentz at Pittsburgh over Dak, but then they're going to have a Cleveland, and then we talked about a week 6 bye, so they have an early bye week as well. But I'm a call Wentz. I'm a guy that I want to get Wentz for later in the league. And folks, I'm not, and I talked briefly about it, but Seattle, I like their upcoming schedule. Sam Darnold, indoors at home, or on the indoors at Arizona, at home against Tampa Bay, down south in Jacksonville, at home against Houston. So Sam Darnold for the Seahawks has a very favorable streaming type schedule. Again, if you don't want none of that, Cincinnati schedule coming up. You don't want Browning on his next 4 matchups. You don't want Dak on the next 2 matchups. And heck, you could go 3 deep with Dallas because Carolina shows that they can play some defense. When they got Horn, they're all world cornerback. They're able to play more kind of like put a guy, just him on the best receiver, and then play zone behind that, and that seems to be an effective thing because Carolina has been very good defensively their past 2 weeks. So that's another thing that Carolina could, you might look on the schedule and think Carolina, not so much. But guys, the biggest one, and yes, you can come at me and say, hey, Trey Benson's not in my league. Well, you know what? Trey Benson's not in 90% of my leagues, but if you're in a 10-person league, and folks, if you play Yahoo public cash leagues, those are 10-person leagues. He's available in over 70% of those. So yes, Trey Benson is definitely the guy to get. You use top 3 waiver priority. You use I would say I'd go 95% of fab because starting running backs are hard to come by, and James Conner is a season-ending injury. Another guy, I kind of like Blake Corum. He kind of, deep stash. He got a little bit more work. 72.25 in in week 3, but he was productive on pretty much every touch. So Blake Corum is definitely a guy, if he's available, to target. And then, hey, we like wide receivers. Luther Burden III, he's another deep guy. I like what he does when all the, focus is on DJ Moore. All the focus is on, Odunze. Luther Burden's getting one-on-one and making it thing, but Trey Tucker is the guy I want to talk. And, not just because he had a big game. Look at that right there. 90% of snaps. That is huge. If you're on the play for 90% of snaps, that means you're on every 2 wide receiver sets. And we always talk about the Raiders running a lot of 12 personnel in there. But 90% of snaps mean he's going to be on the field off. And hey, he's getting open. And we already just talked about Geno. He can force feed a guy, if needed. Isaiah Likely should be back this week. So look at that. Andrews, yes, Andrews had a big game, but if you watch that, Andrews, he's getting tackled, well, with the exception of that blown coverage and left. He gets tackled. Isaiah can actually get separation and return it and turn it into the house. So Likely's a guy that, hey, if he's out there available because he's been hurt, another guy that you might want to think. And I do want to do this injury reserve. We'll go back to wide receivers. Jalen Coker, folks, he's about to come off of IR. They're going to need somebody to that's going to get single coverage, with Ted McMillan getting a lot of coverage. Hunter Renfrow, he showed he can be productive. Jalen Coker is a younger, more athletic Renfrow. So when he gets off the IR in week 5, definitely another guy. Hey, you can pick him up now and put him on your IR if you want. So that's just another guy. Mr. LT, do you got any guys you want to point out on waiver wire that catch your interest?
Yeah, don't forget Woody Marks. Woody Marks is definitely a target.
Yeah,
he would be my. If I still have my number 1 waiver priority in our league. If Trey Benson was out there, I would use it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
This would be the spot to use it. But he's not in our league, so I don't have to use it yet. Woody Marks is a definite. I definitely need to pick up Woody Marks. Trey Tucker, if he's out there.
Well, another thing is Woody Marks is the pass catching specialist, and Houston's just finding any way to get offense, and that's why when you have a bad offensive line like Houston, again, the 32nd ranked offensive line. How many teams are in the league, Mr. 411, are in the NFL?
32.
32. So that means Houston is dead last in the NFL offensive line rankings. Well, what's the easiest way to overcome that? Screen passes and draw plays, because they're letting those offensive linemen get up the field so early. That's how you hit them. And Woody Marks excels at draw plays and excels at catching the ball for screen passes. So yes, Woody Marks is definitely a guy that and folks, he's only 9% rostered in leagues. So a lot of times he will be out there. Mr. 411, I'll throw this one to you. Are you interested in any of those other Bill McCroskey Commanders? And what I mean by that is, does Chris Rodriguez Jr. or Jeremy McNichols interest you any?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
But definitely to keep an eye on, you know what I mean? Because it's just such a variable, like you don't know how many touches they're gonna get. Like if there was like that lottery ticket running back, I would keep that eye on them. But they could fall into a committee situation. Yeah. So I don't know if the risk of that is worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you have like LT said, I'll take a Woody Marks over those guys. Heck, I'll take a Kareem Hunt over those two guys, because at least Kareem Hunt's in a one-person timeshare. Yeah.
If you need 9 points, if you only need 9 points, pick up Kareem Hunt. That's what he's going to get you.
He'll get that. He'll get you 9. Yeah, you need 20 points, he'll get you 9 points. So but hey, when bye weeks are coming, sometimes 9 points. But hey, let's get to this this question, Mr. 41. Mason, Kamara, Judkins, Biscuit, Pollard, start 4, bench 2. Oh, well, this is, oh man. I'm starting Mason right now because he showed what he can do as the main guy. Judkins, he looked phenomenal, so I like Judkins. Whew. I have
you're going to pick Kamara.
I'm not pitching. I'm not picking Kamara. Matter of fact, he's one of the I'm going to bench, and the reason is the matchups are just not. I mean, New Orleans got Buffalo, who can stop the run, right? They got New Orleans got Buffalo, Giants, good defensive line. New England, top 5 defensive passer. So yeah, Kamara. I mean, yeah, if I got those guys, I'm gonna bench Benson just because those other guys are just already proven guys. We really don't know if Benson has, is quite proven. And let me tell you, they got Seattle on deck. Tennessee, Jonathan Simmons, a very good run stopper. So Arizona, even though they're at home, tough next 2 matchups. Because folks, I said it we were talking about defenses a couple weeks ago. Seattle's defense is for real. Yeah, you could say it was. Oh, speaking of defense, we'll talk about a special teams player and Mr. 4-1. What about Mr. Horton? We highlighted him on our draft show, did we not?
We did. On the draft show, we talked about Torrey Horton and the impact that he will have his rookie season.
Yeah, and and Jackson Smith-Njigba is not, he could not be happier. He's got somebody that can lift the top off of defenses and let JSM do his intermediate stuff freely now. So yeah, Horton is a home run hitter, and if he's available on your waiver wire, which he's available, I think, in 17% of the leagues, Mr. 4-1. I think
probably not our league.
So,
not with Larry in our league.
But yeah. I mean, yeah, but he's definitely hey, he's only 2% rostered in leagues, folks. I got it right here. Yeah. So yeah, he's risky, but a number 2, a number 2 wide receiver that can score also on special teams is a good thing to have, in my opinion, Mr. 4-1.
He's a talent, and I remember that when he played Colorado a couple years ago before he got that major injury. I mean, he toasted Travis Hunter. If we go back and look at the game back in 2023, whatever year that was, 23, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, he jumped off the screen.
That's when he was with Colorado State, right?
Yes, he was at Colorado State. Oh, by the way, I want to make sure that we do this too. Okay, Sam SAMMM21. Thank you for this scenario that you shared with us, and you see how the calculator and LT jumped all over that. And we encourage everybody to do that. Send us all your scenarios. I mean, we're going to answer them, even if it's not on the air. If you answer them in the comment section, we're going to respond in the comment section.
Yep.
If I see it, I'm gonna hit these guys up and make sure they see it and get the intel and put it back out there. So continue to do your comments. We appreciate that a lot. Go ahead, calculator.
Yeah, just again, bench this week. I mean, you hold on to them, but as far as positive matchups this week with what you got, I'm sitting Kamara and I'm sitting Benson just because I really like the matchups for those other 4.
And we got another one too. But LT, anything else you want to add to that? We got another question on deck.
No, go on to the next question.
Okay. All right, it's on the board. Y'all have at it.
Running backs are Brown and see. Would you trade Dillon for trade Benson? Whew. Your only running backs are Chase. That's hard. What about LT?
It depends on your wide receiver depth too.
That's right. That's a good point because if you can sustain that, but and the reason I would say yes is because Dre Benson's a definite starter, and you are shaky with Chase Brown and Scatterby. So I would make the trade if LT says if you feel comfortable about your depth at wide receiver.
Right. If you have other guys other than Ted McMillan, I would definitely make that trade.
Yeah.
Kobe, who do you have at receiver? You can post that out there too, so we can dive a little deeper into that for you and give you our full response there. Definitely appreciate you sharing that, Kobe. And man, I was really hoping you was Kobe Bryant, because that's one of my favorite players of all time. Shout out.
Okay, I got one more for you before we get out of the waiver wires.
Okay.
Last week in our league, right before the game started on Sunday, Alec Ayumana was on the waiver wire, and I picked him up right before the game started.
You did.
So now this week, I have my eye on somebody else, and I'm going to give y'all the clue ahead of time.
Okay.
His name is Ollie Gordon.
That's the
clue. All right, thanks for that hint.
Yeah, I love the hint. There we go.
First and last name. Thank you for the hint.
Well, but you know what? LT can give that name because he's sitting on the golden ticket. So if he really wants a guy, he don't care if he tells everybody. So
yeah,
nope.
I think that's what he's about to do.
But yeah, Ollie Gordon outsnapped Davon Achane on any 3 yards or less to go for. Like if there was 3 yards or less to get a first down or a touchdown, Ollie Gordon took the majority of those short snaps.
9 rushes, 38 yards, and a touchdown.
Got the very first touchdown of the game. So everybody that was playing the sports book, Ollie Gordon cashed 16-1 to be first touchdown on that game. So you made some pretty good bang for your buck if you picked him to be your first touchdown of the game.
Hey man, we are live, man, and it's popping in the fantasy world, man. On this day, we got like 3 more in the chamber here, man. There's some more questions popping up, so we're gonna share them. But before we do that, a big shout out, okay? Her name is Batty. All right, that's what we call her on the campus. Batty. All right, big shout out to Batty for watching the show.
Oh yeah,
and a huge shout out to Keisaya. She's checking in, and Batty and Keisaya, they follow us on TikTok.
Oh.
And this show is simulcast on TikTok, so I know it's on the YouTube platform as well, but it's simulcast right now on TikTok. So remember, Mr. 411 MISTER4URONE on TikTok as well. So we got people watching you guys everywhere.
Golly, I just opened up the chat, Mr. 411.
It's going crazy. It's going crazy, man. There's another one. As DJ Khaled would say, another one.
Okay, yes, if you could get Ladd McConkey, you might not be able to get him just because of draft capital that a person probably picked on him. But if somebody's willing to trade a Tech McMillan, you might be. But I mean, if yes, well, first of all, Scadaboo is definitely at the peak of his value because Tracy's out for at least the next 2 weeks. So he's going to get the full backfield. So this is the time to shop him because you're going to have a lot of James Conner owners out there that are going to be needing him. We just had a guy on here, Mr. 411, talked about his only running backs was he was going to trade somebody. His only running back was Scadabo, and Chase Brown. So there are people in that situation. So if you can, hey, this is the time. Tech McMillan, Ladd McConkey, guys that haven't had big breakouts, but they can. These are the times to cash in the value. And hey, I'm telling you, Tootin is a guy that a lot of people are looking at. He looked better than ETN last week on a per touch basis. So Tootin's another guy that if you're deep at running back, see if you can get out there and get you a top wide receiver who's kind of down. And I'm telling you, a guy trade target, folks. I'm telling you, Matthew Golden. That's the golden ticket, folks, because he is going to be popping pretty soon. He's the deep guy for the Green Bay Packers, and with Jaden Reed out for once Golden gets rolling. Like I said, he's a rookie. I think he's going to be the number 1 wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers here shortly. And you need to get him now before he pops off this week against Dallas.
There you go. Get him early. LT, anything on that before we go to the next one? We got 5 more on deck.
Let's get through these questions.
Man, you guys, man, have got it going. All right, here we go. Here's another one. And thanks, Noodles. Thanks, Noodles, for that question.
Oh, double flex. I love double flex leagues, by the way. But hey, what do you guys think I could go after for both? Okay, well, yeah, now this is where you're 0-3, right? So you have two named guys, can't hold on to them. You need to win now. You need to go and unfortunately, you need to go and seek out those 3-0 teams, guys that have started out good, they feeling good about themselves, kind of see where their depth is, and these are guys that you can trade 2 for 1. Because CeeDee can get you a running back, a middle. Hey, you might be able to get a Scatterboo and a Matthew Golden for a CeeDee. You might be able to get, a lad whose kind of value has dropped and a Scatterboo for a CeeDee. So look at one of those guys I would look for a 2 for 1 for those. Rice, you're not going to get as much because you still have another 4 games that Rice has to mix before. I think it's 3 games. I think it was a 6 or 7 game suspension, Mr. 4-1. It was around there. Yeah. So you're not going to get as much value. So CeeDee is definitely a good chip guy because a guy that is 3-0, heck, they can take 3 losses and then CeeDee's coming back, and that's going to really help their team. Because a lot of guys that are going to trade, they're going to do trades if they get the best player in the trade. So what you need now is if you're 0-3, because, and I say where you're 0-3 is because, well, Rice, you haven't been able to start him, and CeeDee got you a goose egg this past weekend. So yes, I would go out there. Hey, right now I'm 0-3 in one of my leagues. I have Jamar Chase. I'm actually going out there trying to get a 2 for 1 trade as well. I just offered a guy. I offered him a Chase, and I wanted Scatterboo because I need running back depth. He has Ted McMillan. I'm high on McMillan, and believe it or not, I'm hurting at tight end. So I'm trying to. He has Juwan Johnson and Laporta, so I'm shooting for Laporta, but maybe he'll counter with Juwan Johnson. I need one of those guys because Kittle is on my IR in that league. So I'm trying to go a little bit higher to get a 3 for 1, but it is Jamar Chase. Hard to trade Chase though with Browning at quarterback. But you see what I'm getting at, right, Mr. 4-1? Take those blue chip prospects and try to package deals if you need to win now because you can't afford to wait. You can't go 0-6. Now, LT, you can back me up. You can go 0-5. And still make the playoffs, because
that's getting it.
Yes, we've seen it before in our own leagues. 0-6, it's very hard to get back from that. So yes, I would definitely go look for your high top two teams, see their depth, see if you can get one of their disappointing, underperforming, but high ceiling type players, and then get another guy at a different position that is a steady Eddie, a high floor guy. So definitely get a ceiling and a floor combination, and that should do you good, Mr. 411.
All right. Anything, LT?
Nope.
Okay. We're going to get to the next one. Let's see here. All right. There's the next one. And thank you, Brad, for your question there. And we hope that you can bounce back from your 0-3 start. All right. Keep striving at it. Jorge's up on deck.
Well, I mean, both of them are target monsters. BTJ's kind of been underperforming. Hey, BTJ is a perfect example. He's in that lad category. I say go. He's a trade 4 candidate. He's not going to drop balls left and right. I mean, they got an offensive coordinator. Jags are 2-1, even with an underperforming BTJ. But hey, I would, if I got offered BTJ for Garrett Wilson, I would take it. Garrett Wilson is what you're going to get. He's a high volume. He's going to get you a touchdown. But BTJ actually has the more consistent quarterback long term. And BTJ was a top 7 receiver in our pre-draft rankings. So you definitely, I got to trust the rankings and think he'll bounce back somewhat. So yeah, I'm going to take the value. If I got BTJ for Garrett Wilson, I pull the trigger. What about you, LT?
Oh yeah, definitely, absolutely.
Yeah. Because Brian Thomas Jr. has a higher ceiling when it comes to touchdowns.
All right. Well, hey, Jorge, we appreciate it. Keep it rolling for us, man. Keep those questions coming in 24/7. All right, Brad McCoy. He has Kyron, Reese. Let's see, Etienne for running back and Ladd. Garrett Wilson. Wow, he's got a lot going on here. Garrett Wilson, J-Mo Hollywood as his other wide receivers. Okay, let's see what he's got here. Let's post it up here for you. Yeah. All right, gentlemen, there you go.
Okay, so well, what's the question, Mr. 411?
I guess he's telling us who he's got.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations.
Because
hey, J-Mo has been disappointing, but guess what? That's another guy I would target a target for, because he was about to have a big game until Baltimore showed they couldn't stop the run. So I like JMO. Hollywood has a shelf life. So this is, I would actually think you're set at running back. I would stay pat because JMO's going to go off. Ladd has good, and Wilson. So you have your 3 solid wide receivers. You have 3 solid run. So even a double flex league, you can start all 3 of those guys. And I like having Hollywood as a backup in case of a JMO injury or a Garrett Wilson injury or something like that. So hold on to Hollywood. Although, like I said, once Rashee Rice is back, and now the emergence of Thornton, that I think. Oh, and when Xavier Worthy comes back, Hollywood's days are numbered as far as being relevant with the Chiefs.
All right. Hey, man, roster looks good. All right. There's the analyst side of it there. We broke it down for you. Now, let's see. Emilio, I'm going to go with that. The question is, do I start Baker Mayfield or May this week?
Drake May. I don't want Mayfield going against the. I think he's got the Eagles this week.
He does.
Yeah, so I don't want to mess. Yeah, you can say what you want about
Baker
the Eagles
versus Philly.
So I will take. Even though Carolina shut down Penix Jr., May can also get you some yardage on the ground. So I'm taking, based on matchup, I'm going to take May over Mayfield this week. Oh, and also Mayfield without Evans as well.
Yep. No Drake. Yep. No Mike Evans.
You can take both Mayfield. You can take both.
But definitely go with Drake May this week.
Yeah. All right. Wait a minute. Stay away from Philly. All right. Here's one more. The original Snoop. All right. Here we go. What y'all think? Read this one out for us.
I will. If you can get Travion Henderson and Trey Benson for Addison and Barrett Allen, you take it all day long. Travion Henderson is going. His snap share is going to go up due to the fumbling issues of Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson. But I still see Stevenson getting, staying with it. I think he's going to phase out the Gibson part of the thing. Mike Vrabel, stop being an idiot. Put your most talented people on the field. That's all you got to start winning some of these games. You can't keep literally fumbling the game away. Travion Henderson and Trey Benson, he's got the whole thing. So yes. Yeah, and this is the time to trade Jordan Addison if you can, because a lot of people, you're going to get more hype with Addison coming back than if he comes back and he gets a dud. So his value is only going to go down from here, in my opinion, just for the mere fact is, he could have a couple dud. I mean, granted, he could come up, but you're still going to have a glass ceiling, so to speak, because of Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkins taking away targets from him. So, but yeah, Addison, if you can get that, I would take it all day long, Mr. 411.
Okay, LT.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've got Trayvon Henderson, and we've been talking about picking up Trey Benson. So, yeah, those are the two to have. So I believe Trayvon Henderson's days are just going to be better as the season goes along.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Don't let it shy away. Hey, we appreciate it. The original Snoop. We appreciate all the scenarios there and questions. And, man, we appreciate that a lot, man. That was very good. And good job, LT and Calculator, on handling that. Okay, so we covered. Let's go what we covered so far. News and notes. We covered studs and duds. Waiver wire. We did a lot of question answering. So now it's time for the Listener League, which is the league that we all participate in.
Yeah, it was Mr. 411 pulled one out. Congratulations. I'm sure if you look at who did it for you, Pittman. Of
all people.
Bijan Robinson did his thing. Saquon Barkley got enough because of his carries. But in your Seattle defense and your Schrader. But hey, since are you worried about Genty any, Mr. 411?
Oh yeah. By week 3, I was like, okay, it's time. I'm gonna give you 3 weeks. A rookie, maybe week 1, okay, week 2, maybe, but week 3 now it's starting to become a pattern. But the problem is, well, for A, I spent a lot of money to get him right in the auction league, but 2, I can't sit him because you never know which game he's going to blow up in, or will he? So I'm kind of stuck. You know what I'm saying? So I just leave him there until bye week come up.
Yeah, I hear you. What about you, LT? You got any worries on Genty?
You're absolutely correct. I would hang on to him because I believe the blow up's coming.
Okay. and his value, you're only getting pennies on the dollar. Somebody's not going to offer you a top notch running back and wide receiver for him. So he's just like a holding pattern for Genty. But LT,
he's still a rookie. It's only week 3.
Hey, I just want to say, LT, the karma gods finally kept up. You went from playing the highest scoring teams in the first 2 weeks to the lowest scoring team for the week.
Yes.
So hey, just the way they wrote it up. But the guy, he forgot to set his quarterback. Didn't know Jay Daniels was going to be set. How do you do that? So, I don't know, but that, and then Brian Thomas Jr. underperforming. So congratulate. Oh, your Indianapolis
James Conner's injury.
LT winning with the Indianapolis defense, folks.
Wait, let's go back to this not starting the quarterback. Is that because maybe was wondering if Jaden Daniels going to play or not?
Well, Jaden Daniels was declared inactive that day, so hey, maybe the guy was at church and forgot to put in a guy in there. Because let me see who's on his bench. He could have.
You got to have your cell phone out at church. You have to.
Oh yeah. So,
during fantasy football season.
Yeah. So, but he had Trevor Lawrence. He still would have lost. So it really didn't make the difference. But LT, you congratulations on playing the getting on the W, getting on the board. This week. And if you look at the standings, calculator. I mean, I'm right there. I got me and Captain Cosmo coming up. So we're playing for 6th place next week.
All right. Playoff position.
That's right. And be the one. Who are you playing this week? You're playing the Grit Splits. Another, hey, that might be the white 4 and 5 team. LT, you're playing a guy that I just lost to. Bet on Brundage. I couldn't even. Let's see. I'll tell you right now. I'm only going to go as far as Jamar Chase is going to take me. But you know what? I am so scared of their next matchup. That's right, folks. Jamar Chase is on my bench.
Whoa!
I am benching Jamar Chase.
News.
Breaking news. But you know why? Hey, I like Devontae Adams. Hey, I like A.J. Brown. Hey, I like Ted McMillan. So I got receivers.
Yeah, so based on the situation.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be messing with that Denver defense at all, folks. I'll take my chance, especially with that backup quarterback. So for now, he is on my bench. So, but that's it. Oh man, Mr. Full, we're almost running out of time. We're going to have to do the wheel of names for the mini draft, Mr. 411.
Oh man, well let's try to do 2 things at once because we got another question on the board. There's another question on the board. If LT wanna, we can handle that simultaneously as we get prepared for the draft, for the mini draft. Yeah. All right. Do you see it out there? Anybody can read it off?
I see it. 0-3. If waivers work out, my team going in week is Knicks, Gibbs, Kamara, London, AJ Brown, Kincaid, Igbuka, Texan, DJ. Okay, so, well, I mean, there's not really it doesn't look like Ladd's got to come off your bench. Ladd, I would put Ladd in for, well, man, I don't know. Now that I think about it. Well, see, Knicks is I think he'll be a good start this week. Gibbs, Kamara. I mean, Ladd, it's hard. It's going to make, yes, I probably put Ladd in for Igbuka because I really don't like that Philadelphia matchup.
And Igbuka had an injury last week and he really didn't do well. Yeah. So he was walking kind of gingerly when he went to the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
all right. All right. We appreciate it there. Definitely appreciate the question again. And hey, that's what we're here for, man. We're here to help. Appreciate you, Nate.
Yeah, and just a brief, as we said, 4-1 week 1. I pulled out week 2 due to CD getting a goose egg and due to Kelsey letting LT down. So I was able to pull out the victory with consistent scoring through my 3 guys. So yes, even though Javonte Williams did not get what I wanted. So now, Will and Ames will say, hey, is there a pattern? Whoever wins the first pick has won the last two. So that could be something.
Come on. Get that thing around there to 411. Come on.
411 is going back to 411. Man, LT said, what do I got to do to get first pick?
Oh, man. Let's go.
Okay. 411.
All right. CeeDee Lamb let a lot of people down this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Unfortunate with the injury, too.
LT, you got last pick again.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, what we do, we're drafting a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, and a tight end. We're spinning the wheel of names so that we can fairly determine the draft order. We go in snake order. That's 1 through 3, 3 to 1. Random. Right.
Although,
1 to 3.
Although LT probably doesn't think so, but it is. Trust me.
Yeah, he see it's live, right? We're live on YouTube and TikTok. But it goes 1 to 3, 3 to 1. So we'll go in reverse. So LT will get back-to-back picks at some point here. We're drafting 1 quarterback, 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 running back in any order that you choose. We're using the stats from our listener league. And within our listener league, we have 0.25 per carry as far as points go. We like to reward running backs that get the opportunity to tote the rock. And then also PPR, which is a point per reception.
Yep. All right, well, Mr. Foreman, you got first pick.
Josh Allen. I made that mistake last week, not this week.
Josh Allen against New Orleans. Okay. The one bad thing about that, though.
Okay. Help me out.
They get a big lead. It could be just like that game against the Jets and just run James Cook the rest of the game. That's the only problem.
That is. And I'm willing to take that chance.
Okay. And I'm going to take.
I think you did it on purpose. I think you're just trying to block me.
Somebody gets them every week.
I'm getting Bijan Robinson. Atlanta is going to try and figure things out on the bye week with the passing game.
Okay.
Washington doesn't scare me that much as far as their run defense. So I'm going with Bijan Robinson, especially that point per carry.
Is Daniel coming back? Is Daniel coming back this week?
Yes, I hear Jalen Daniels is going to be back.
Okay.
So, all right, LT.
All right, let's go. Let's go with Old Faithful. I'm gonna take Christian McCaffrey.
There you go. He gets it done without a touchdown. He fills that stat board. He fills that board up.
And that's why I got my running back, because I knew LT probably go running back, so I wanted first choice at running back. All right, you get another one.
All right, second pick, we're going to go wide receiver. We're going to go Puka Nacua.
Looking good.
I wanted him. I thought you were going to go with a quarterback, LT. I tried to push you there, but you didn't. So with that said, I'm going to go with the most consistent tight end. I'm going with McBride. All right, Mr. Foreman, you got back-to-back. Mr. 4-1 left us, LT.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah. Do you have an idea? There, Mr. 4-1.
Oh, I'm back. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm back.
You got back-to-back.
Back-to-back. Okay. Hold on to your seatbelts, y'all. Back-to-back, I'm picking Jefferson and Benson. And there's a method to my madness, but I'm drafting both of those guys.
Okay.
And it will remind me next week to reveal it.
Oh, well, I'm glad you said it. LT, you were supposed to remind me what waiver wire San Francisco wide receiver can you pick up on the waiver wire? Yeah. Okay, before we go further, before I make my pick, DeMarcus Robinson, folks. He's back from suspension. He's going to be healthy. I'm telling you, he is available on 100% of leagues.
so you say he's available.
Yeah, so get Robinson in there because San Francisco needs any healthy body they can get. So yes, if Robinson's out there, and LT, guess what? I don't think you'll have to use waiver priority to pick him up if you need him. So
No,
Well, look, Larry has everybody in the league.
Okay,
I don't know
go
how
ahead.
many. I don't know how many roster slots he has with all these pickups that he make. But hey, I got a quick question to follow up on that.
Yeah.
I have Cooper Kupp on my roster, and he's kind of been hit or miss, and he doesn't seem like the Cooper Kupp of old. Not even a wide receiver to Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Should I take a chance on a guy like Robinson and Cooper Kupp?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, this is for deeper leagues. I mean,
Okay, gotcha.
You know, I mean, that's why I said I'm just trying to pull because, like I said, I'm going to get a Horton or a Horton over him. I'm going to get a Trey Tucker over him and stuff like that. But if you really, really need help, Robinson's coming back. He's got he's off the PED suspension, and he's coming into guaranteed target share with that Ayuk still on PUP and Jennings still nursing his injury. So, and the guy can catch touchdowns.
All right. Hey, look at this compliment here. And this is not from me. Okay. Not from me. All right. Yeah. Watching the show, you guys are better than ESPN.
Hey! That's why. Hey, thank you for the thing. So because I look and I saw that. I also saw in the comments the guys going with Ibuka over Ladd this week, and I can understand that. But I wouldn't go with Ibuka because of Evans. The reason I'm staying away from Ibuka is because now he's the main guy, and Philadelphia has a island type shutdown cornerback that can shadow him. So that's it's just pure match. Ibuka's great after this matchup, but and not only that, I mean the offensive line is still banged up. Tampa Bay has not had to play a front four like Philadelphia yet with that banged up offensive line. I think Jalen Carter could be in that backfield all game long. Because even with Wirfs coming back, Jalen Carter's not lined up against him. He's going to be lining up against those backup guards in there. So yeah, that pass rush plus shutdown corner, that's what scares me about Ibuka. So that's just my opinion.
Them guys from Philadelphia on their front line is just, I mean, they're beasts, man. And speaking of Philadelphia, big shout out to Tyrone Jones Sr. And thank you for the post there, Dad. But your Eagles are looking good. I mean, they're getting the job done. They're winning every week in all different facets.
Absolutely. And since you say that, I don't need a wide receiver because LT already picked one. So I'm going to the quarterback room.
Okay.
And, hey, I'm going back to the well. He gets 20 points every week. Lamar Jackson. I know it's a tough matchup, but Kansas City. Hey, look what Kansas City gave up to Justin Herbert. If Justin Herbert can get 20 points against that defense, I think Lamar Jackson can too. So I'm going with Lamar Jackson as my quarterback. So LT, you need a quarterback and a tight end to fill up your roster.
Well, the quarterback's going to be easy. I'm going to take the rushing touchdown machine in Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and we just talked about him against Tampa Bay.
Yep, we sure did.
And he showed that, hey, if they get in a bind, he can pass the ball too.
Yep.
He's going to get it done one way or another.
Yep. He's going to run for 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
If he gets a chance.
Yep. LT, you got a strong chance of winning this week.
And for my last pick, I'm going to take a tight end, and he's already mine. I'm going to take Brock Powers.
And you got your guy, man.
Got your guy.
LT's the favorite this week, man. Which calculator?
He definitely did good with his picks. And wide receiver, oh my goodness. See, I don't want him because I was thinking Neighbors, but Jackson Dart scares me as a starter.
Yeah, but I may have to start Jackson Dart in a 2-quarterback league.
Well, a super flex league. That's probably that's advisable. I can see that.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hey, he's still a superstar. The defense isn't. Man, I can't go with him. Can't go with him. Oh, what I'm going to go out. Hey, I'm going to go Matthew Golden. I'm going to get who I think is going to score the deep one against Dallas.
Okay. I'll be watching that game. So, yeah.
Matthew Golden. All right. Tight end time, Mr. 411.
I might even have some golden flakes while I'm watching that game.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, let's see. Oh, the Eagles on the way to their Super Bowl. All right. To another Super Bowl. All right. My dad believes the Eagles are going to win it all again. But you know what? In our preview show, I did select the Eagles and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Not sure how that's going to turn out on the Ravens side of things, but yeah, it's possible. All right. It's my pick again.
Yep. Last pick up, your tight end.
Remember, we're going to come back to this next week.
To your madness.
Yeah, I'm going with Njoku.
Okay.
At tight end. Next week.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
We'll see what the method to the madness is. But if he gets a goose egg, LT, I'm gonna give him the business. That's the one thing I don't like about Njoku is fanning on the team. I can't take a timeshare with in the tight ends. That's why I get McBride. I don't have to worry about timeshare.
Everybody stay tuned for next week. Stay tuned for next week.
4-1. Definitely got Josh Allen, Benson, Justin Jefferson, and Njoku. He's going with some young guys and some. He's going with the stars and
some flames.
I'm going with consistency. I'm getting my floor guys. I got 3 floor guys in Lamar Jackson, Bijan Robinson, and McBride, and then I got my upside, a guy that can win me the week, Matthew Golden. Hey, if anybody watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Their song is golden, right? That is what's going to happen this weekend. He's going to win fantasy matchups by himself this week. I love him in the spot against Dallas. LT. Oh, a matter of fact, for all you daily people, do the Jordan or the do the Green Bay stack them. I would stack the quarterback with both Golden. And, you might think Dobbs. No, I'm going with Wicks because I think Wicks can get deep too. And he's going to be a lot cheaper than those other wide receivers. So you can get away with Green Bay stacks in your daily lineup this week going against Dallas. So, but back to the mini draft, I agree with you 4-1. I think LT's got the best. I mean, the Puka Nacua, I cannot believe I didn't get him with my first pick. But that's a great number 1 wide receiver in fantasy right now. Puka Nacua. Christian McCaffrey, number 2 running back right behind Jonathan Taylor. Well, actually 3 behind Bijan Robinson too. But yeah, Christian McCaffrey, he can get it done, especially in our league where you get those points per catch and points per carry. That's all McCaffrey does. He leads the NFL in overall touches. And then Jalen Hurts, again, 2 tush pushes will get you touchdowns. And Brock Bowers always a chance to be the tight end 1 on the week.
Absolutely. All right, that does it for the mini draft. That's normally our final segment, but here we go. Remember, I said there was a trade I need to share out there. Here's a trade proposal. Speaking of Genty.
Yeah, I'm not trading Genty. The only quarterback I would take for Genty would be Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. I wouldn't even take Jalen Hurts or Jane Daniels. There's only 2 quarterbacks I would take for Ashton Genty, and that's Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. 2 guys that have quarterbacks that can win you weeks. Kyle Murray has not cracked a top 15 quarterback this year on any given week. And he's had 2 games, one against Carolina and one against the Saints. And you can't get top 15 against those matchups. Yeah, Kyle Murray, I'm not trading him for nothing.
Do you agree, LT?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we're still in week 3. I mean, Genty he's a rookie, and the more he plays, the better he's going to get.
There it is.
And here's 2 owners that have Genty and Josh Allen in this league. LT, would you trade Josh Allen for Genty?
No.
Okay.
I would trade Genty for Josh. I would trade Genty for Josh Allen.
I would trade I would trade Josh Allen for Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, but yeah. So there it is. All right. Okay. Well, I just want to make sure we get that out there. So you know who you are out there who sent me that deal. All right.
I know who that is too, because if it's in the Lister League, I got the same offer for Jonathan Taylor. So,
All right. Okay. Well, look, we appreciate everybody who tuned in today. Make sure you hit the like
Look at
button.
LT's expression. He said, "Who in the world is he's going to start looking in the league on who owns Kyle Murray?"
I'm kind of offended. I didn't get a stupid trade offer. My feelings are hurt.
So,
Hey,
maybe he didn't want Tootin, LT. But yeah, hey, LT. Well, they know you don't need a quarterback, LT. They're not going to offer you Kyler Murray. You got Josh Allen.
Yeah, you're set, man. You're set. But yeah, man, we appreciate everybody tuning in today. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share.
Mr. 411, when you go over this episode, get LT's expression and make that the cover of next week.
Okay.
If you can get a still shot of him who are trying to figure out who the Kyler Murray earner is in our league, because that is a classic question.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why we love LT on the show. He brings lots of humor to the program.
And he's got that trophy in the backdrop. I see it back there.
We see it every week. That's right. And that's what you get when and he beat me. He beat me in the finals for that trophy. So I gave him all the credit in the world. He beat me. McCaffrey did me in on Christmas Day. That's why I put in a proposal. We can no longer have Week 16 championships because I don't want my Christmas Day ruined because I'm worried about fantasy football championship game.
Yeah, you talking about the Grinch that stole Christmas?
Man, my daughter saying, "Dad, why aren't you?" I said, "Man, I just lost my fantasy championship because LT had 6 people playing on Christmas and every one of them went off."
Man, Calculator was throwing eggnog all over the place.
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah, but hey, thankfully I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Absolutely. All right. Well, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell, and share. Because why, Calculator? Why should you share?
Sharing is caring, my friends.
All right. We thank everybody tuning in. Appreciate you, LT, being on board once again.
Thank you. Oh, and Mr. 411.
Your expertise.
Hey, and just want to say we do have that CTL podcast coming up, folks. Got to tune into that because this is one of the biggest, and that's not hyperbole. People are playing big boy ball now. There's no more of the. I mean, you might say, but yeah, it is slap full from noon to midnight of top matchups over every network. But we'll be picking up some of the bigger ones on our CTL podcast. So definitely tune into that if you get a chance.
All right, great plug there for our Thursday show. Thursday at 6:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Crossing the Lines. That is our. Let's just go ahead and call it friendly wagers. All right, we take those Vegas lines and then we help you add to your bank account. So make sure you tune in to that.
And if you just want to see how good I did last week, tune in and we will definitely let you know how we did last week. All I can say is we won last week. So if you want to see how much we won, you got to tune in.
Absolutely. Make sure you do that. All right. Well, for LT.
Is there a special guest on that show?
Yeah. And I'm about to say, I hope that special guest comes back because when LT comes on, CTL wins. So, hey, I'm just saying we need to keep making sure we can book LT on the show, Mr. 411.
All right. Well, LT, we see you Thursday. All right. So for LT and the calculator, I'm Mr. 411. We'll catch you all on Thursday.
Crossing the line.
And every Tuesday.
Hey, and appreciate all the questions, folks. Keep the questions coming because that definitely makes the show more entertaining when we can because hey, we're going to just try and basically give the best honest answer we can give.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we out of here.